Before the chase began in 2004 and more recently the playoffs started in 2014, long before stage racing and playoff points, NASCAR would put a huge emphasis on a handful of races to spike interest for events on the series schedule throughout the season. First of all, the Grand Slam reference in NASCAR is referring to an achievement of winning all four majors or crown jewel races in a career. Originally, these races were held in Charlotte, North Carolina, Darlington, South Carolina, Daytona Beach, Florida, and Talladega, Alabama, at tracks that went by similar names. But specifically, these four races are special because Daytona's purse is the richest, Talladega's race is the fastest, Charlotte's race is, of course, the longest, and the Southern 500 is held at Darlington Raceway, NASCAR's oldest speedway. Darlington was inspired by the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which became a part of NASCAR's Crown Jewel events when it joined the schedule in August 1994. 9 drivers have achieved a Grand Slam in NASCAR before the addition of the annual race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Dale Sr., Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, and Jimmy Johnson are the 4 who have achieved the Grand Slam Plus One, which nowadays mentions these drivers' wins at Talladega. After the incentive ran for a dozen years, it only had 2 overall winners, $1 Million Bill Elliott in 1985 and Wonder Boy Jeff Gordon in 1997. Despite joining the league in 1994, Gordon won 6 of these races, including at least one of the 4 from 1994 through the end of the campaign in 1997, earning these 6 victories in only his 3rd full-time season. The predecessor to the chase, whereas Winston, the Cup Series title sponsor at the time, capitalized the importance of each Crown Jewel event by providing $1 million to the winner who would win 3 out of the 4 of these races. If no winner, NASCAR would award the driver to win 50% of these races. Cases of the latter happened 5 times. Darrell Waltrip, Dale Sr., Harry Gant, and Davey Allison won this $100,000 incentive from 1989 through 1992. Dale Jarrett also won this bonus in 1996. Even with its induction in 1994, the annual race at Indianapolis's Brickyard, although a historic speedway, the race was not seen as a crown jewel event until the exit of the Winston Incentive by 1998. Here's a list of each winner of the crown jewel race since 1994, to include the Brickyard 400. Jeff Gordon hogs this chart towards the beginning of the 2000s. The generational town has won 11 crown jewel races before the turn of the new millennium. Yes, that's 4 straight wins at one of NASCAR's toughest tracks, Darlington Raceway's annual Southern 500. Sterling Marling, Bobby Labonte, and Dale Jarrett each have multiple wins in crown jewel events before 2001. Dale Earnhardt added prestigious wins at Indianapolis and Daytona to his resume during this time too. The Intimidator won 3 Coke 600s and Southern 500s before 1994, winning at Charlotte in 1986 and back-to-back in 92 and 93. Dale was a victor at Darlington's Southern 500 in 1987, 1989, and 1990. With his win in the recent Daytona 500, Michael McDowell became the 26th unique winner of a crown jewel event since 1994. If we were to include the Spring Talladega race into consideration, that would add 5 more drivers. But in NASCAR's history, there have been 197 first-time winners. Since 1973, there have been 52 different winners of the 5 Crown Jewel events. That's 104 total races and 31 different winners, which accounts for 30% of those races. Plus, of the 31 different winners, 61% of them have won multiple Crown Jewel races, and 6 of those 31 have won a single Crown Jewel event multiple times. This trend changes if we include a few other possible Crown Jewel events. What if the Summer Daytona race or the Bristol Night race meant as much as a Crown Jewel event? Well, then Rusty Wallace would have done exactly that. He never won a Crown Jewel event during his career, but Wallace did win at Bristol 9 times and collected the last third of those wins in Bristol's night race before 2001. Rusty could have had a 4th win in the event since 1990 if he wasn't shoved out of the way by Jeff Gordon, who only appears on the Bristol Night Race's winners list once, despite winning 4 straight races there at the track in the spring event, from 1995 through 1998. When we include these 3 other races, most Crown Jewel winners have also won a Talladega Spring race, a Summer Daytona race, or a Bristol Night race. David Reagan, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Rusty Wallace are the only multi-time winners of these drivers in yellow. When we factor in these tracks, David and Ricky won both at Daytona and Talladega, while Rusty won 3 times at Bristol between 1994 and 2000. And of the 26 drivers to have won a traditional crown jewel since 1994, 16 of these drivers have won multiple times in either the spring Talladega race, a summer Daytona race, or the Bristol night race. Since the recent departure of Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick is now the active driver with the highest number of crown jewel wins, with 8. 9 actually, since we're counting Talladega here. Harvick picked up 2 of those crown jewel wins in 2020, when he won 2 of 3 Darlington events, including his second Southern 500 and his second consecutive win at Indianapolis. Matt Kenseth couldn't seal the deal last year at Indianapolis, and neither could Brad or Kyle win the most recent Daytona 500 to be the 5th driver to complete a Grand Slam +1, as they are the closest active competitors for doing so. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, I'm Blaze Michaud. Have a great day.